Hey, you, I'm talking to you. Aren't you tired of using the same old builds? Well, let me show you something that I've been cooking. I'll present you the Stormcaller build, or the way I like to call it, Thunderclapper. I have faith magic. You'll be using the Stormcaller to create chaos with infinite melee attacks. The chaos this class creates is amazing. Let's get into the Thunder build, gentlemen. For your abilities, Healing Rift to stay alive and Burst Glide to bunny hop at high speeds. For the melee, use the one with the shortest cooldown, since we use it to proc the aspect Lightning Surge, which we'll showcase in a minute. Grenades are used mainly to tag enemies and recover energy for your slaps, so go with either Pulse or Storm Grenade. Personal preference here. Let's move to the interesting part, the key that holds the power to chaos and infinite slaps. Your aspects. The centerpiece is the aspect Lightning Surge. While sliding, activate your charge melee to blink forward, calling down lightning strikes as you rematerialize. Moving on to the second aspect, we have Electrostatic Mind. Slapping targets with your abilities while they are jolted creates an ionic trace. Collecting one of these traces makes you amplified. Moreover, jolted targets chain lightnings to nearby enemies, and since your slap jolts enemies constantly, everything will become a bloody Tesla coil. Next, fragments. For the first one, Spark of Recharge. While critically wounded, melee and grenade energy regenerates faster. For the second fragment, we use Spark of Amplitude. Rapidly slapping mobs while amplified creates orbs of power. Since you'll be amplified constantly, your slaps will create orbs, and orbs ready your super faster than you can say subscribe. Okay, moving on. Aspect number 3. Spark of Haste will provide you with increased resilience, recovery, and mobility while sprinting. So keep your finger on that W as much as apingly possible, lads. And finally, Spark of Feedback. Taking melee damage increases your outgoing melee damage, making you a one-punch killing machine. Okay, enough with the subclass. Let's showcase the exotic piece that will complement the build and keep you alive while you exercise your backhand on enemy. The Karn-style armlets. That's right, fellas. Remove the dust from these gauntlets and slap them on your Warlock. The exotic perk, Vampire Caress, will restore a large amount of health for melee kills and will continue to restore health afterwards. Gentlemen, these mobs have no chance. Now let us have a peek at the mods that we're gonna use to complete the build, shall we? For the helmet, a double hands-on mod to gain super or melee kills, and a harmonic siphon mod to create orbs of power on arc weapon kills. That pairs beautifully well with Thunderlord and its potential for distraction. For the gauntlets, melee kickstart to recover energy back after using your slap. Heavy-handed to create orbs on melee kills, and finally momentum transfer mod. Every time we deal damage with grenades reduces our melee cooldown. More orbs, people? In the chest we drop a double charged up mod to increase the number of stacks collected from orbs, and one emergency reinforcement mod to help us reduce damage taken while our shields break. Vital for survivability. The boots will fit a double invigoration mod to reduce slaps cooldown on orbs collection, and a stack on stacks mod double the armor charge stacks collected on orb pickups. So collect those mods, fellas. And finally get your bond and slap in there a distribution and outreach mods to reduce ability cooldowns while using your class ability, and a time dilation mod to increase armor charge duration. Phew! Build complete. Now I do have a few pointers that I found out during my testing. Number 1, testing the Tempest of Crown exotic helmet maintains super for longer and was exquisite to say the least, but the damage that can dish out on bosses is rather low, making it a more suitable build for ads clearing than boss DPS, which if you want to use it, it works absolutely amazingly, so give that a go. Claws of Ahamkara do work as a charm with a double melee charge. However, the survivability of the build is much reduced when being targeted by a high number of enemies. And let's face it, the fun of this build is to be up close and personal with all your targets. The Karlstein Armlets exotic was the most successful in terms of survivability, with the caveat that you'll have a few seconds of downtime between your abilities. But with the help of the mods, that time is much reduced and is barely noticeable. And number 3, the riskrunner exotic SMG is really a force of nature, giving you damage reduction buff when taking arc damage. However, the exotic perk Superconductor was a bit unreliable, as it only procs on arc damage received and only lasts for a couple of seconds. The workaround I found was to damage yourself with a pulse grenade and proc the superconductor perk, but it reduces the efficiency of survivability purposes and is not very fun to use. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and I highly suggest give this a try. It's really fun, you won't regret it. Thanks to everyone that showed much love on my last video, and thanks to Twix24 for helping me out with this build. Go check him out as well, the link is gonna be in the description. Now I'm out searching for the next build. Peace out, fellas.